Next stage, a man looking for trouble. What can you see beyond the darkness?
When you look beyond the darkness, tell me, what do you see? It's your boy T-I-N-Y to the P. Yeah, he's looking for trouble here on twitch.tv with Crash or Jade or Spyro or Leon Kennedy. Is there a new game to start? Is he doing some art? Maybe knowledge of an 80s children's show to impart? Cause he's spentiferous, vigorous, rigorous. He's damn vociferous when arting or Mario Karting. He's straight carnivorous. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
With a great rate of save states debating his fate, Peter's greeted by emotes of cheaters when people donate. Give him a or a and we'll build up the hype, and I'll struggle to read half the words that you type. So are you ready to go? Come on, what will it be? Are we gaming or painting or watching dated kids TV? Grab a bite, crack a sprite, dim the lights, sit tight, cause the stream's about to start and the mics sound right, boy. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Boy.
Stop.
Twerk! Hold on, everyone! Oh!
Right.
I added more poo to the poo.
So you stop. It's like Play-Doh.
Hello, Happy New Year everybody. Welcome to a live stream with me, Peter, from TripleJump, unsurprisingly. It would be weird, wouldn't it, if it was someone from a different channel saying here. That would be, Oh, yeah.
Hello, Master Jedi Tiny Peter. How are you? How was your weekend? It's Monday, my dudes, and you know what that means. Loved the new episode of Worst Games Ever.
Yes.
Hope you are having a wonderful day.
Thank you, Stephen. When you said you know what that means, I thought you were about to tell us all what it means, but obviously you don't need to tell us what that means, because we all know what it means already. It is indeed time, though, for a live stream from Master Jedi Tiny Peter. I've not dubbed myself that. Those are other people's words, but I will take them as fact, if that's what I'm being told. It was almost a Master Jedi Tiny Peter live stream today. I kind of debated. I've been having a lot of fun with Star Wars Outlaws over the past few days. Well, weeks really, but particularly over the past few days, I have put probably too many hours into it and neglected other parts of my life. And I debated not bringing that game along because I think it's already been. Yes, I've already streamed it. In fact, I was going to say someone has. I was like, who's streamed that already? Someone, I think, on our channel. I streamed a little bit of it a while ago. I wasn't going to bring that along because I'm, 20 hours in or whatever, or I don't know how long. But there is Jedi Power Battles is being re-released soon, towards the end of the month. And last year, they not only released the Clone Wars, which I played for the first time on stream, and that was certainly an entertaining experience, if nothing else. But Star Wars Bounty Hunter was re-released last year, and I do own it, but I've not even got around to playing it yet. So I was on the fence about maybe playing that, and I probably would have done that if it didn't mean lugging the monolith that is the PlayStation 5 upstairs and getting it all hooked up to my PC. I'm sick to death of doing that. I don't necessarily mind moving a device from one room to the other. What I do mind is the awful stand that it sits on. I really really don't like
Hi,
the PS5
TP.
stand.
Hope you are doing well. I'm very excited to be in a position where I can reactivate my Patreon subscription.
Ooh.
CZNT wait to dive into the rules boss and main menu
CZNT.
episodes I have missed.
From a physical standpoint, the PS5 is, I'm pretty sure, my least favourite console of all time. I think design-wise, it doesn't actually look that cool necessarily. I think the white is quite nice, but apart from that, I don't like the big book flaps that make it look like a hardback book, or not even hardback because they're thin, aren't they? You know, I don't like the plates, I think is the official name. I don't like how big it is. I guess that's unavoidable nowadays with how powerful these consoles have to be, and that's true of the Xbox as well. So, you know, that's not a Sony problem specifically. But the stand is rubbish, and it's big and heavy, and I think it's really ugly. So, for the most part. So, yeah, a lever arch file, we carrot, you're right. So, to the point that I don't even like physically moving my PlayStation from one room to the next. So, that may be all that it was that prevented me from playing Bounty Hunter today. That's not to say I will never ever bring my PlayStation to the streaming setup and play a PlayStation game again. I may even do it on the very next game that I play, but today, first stream back from the holidays, it did not, and it's flipping freezing as well, outside and in. So today it didn't feel like the day to do some heavy lifting of consoles. But anyway, there's a little grumble from me to start the stream, but we're gonna be positive about it for the rest of the stream, because today we're playing a PS4 game that I've never actually played before. Or maybe I've played it for like 5 minutes, but that's not very long, because as we all know, long is not short, and what I played was short, which is still okay, if that's okay, which it is, which means it's okay, and that's okay, unless it isn't, which it is. What? Hello? I phased out for a minute there, where am I? Steven Skodes, thank you for your bits. Not a Tadpole, thanks for subscribing not via Prime, via your non-Bezos bucks. Happy New Year. Okay. Am I live again? I'm live. Did I drop out there for anyone else? The chat has continued to update, but my OBS just said disconnected from the internet, and then I got a new alert saying OBS successfully reconnected. I've never seen it do that before, which is troubling. Back, people are saying. Maybe the PS5 heard TP and unplugged his router. You dropped out right at not Bezos bucks. Oh goodness me, did you even hear me talking about Diddy Kong Racing then? I don't know if you did, but in any case, thank you Not a Tadpole for sending Diddy Kong Racing. It was very generous of you, and the player's guide indeed. Sorry that I'll be keeping my N64 for the time being. Hey, that's fair enough. Even if I had an N64, whether it was yours or someone else's, I don't think I'd be able to physically... Well, there would be a way to physically stream from it. There must be capture cards that work for the N64, but I don't have the technology. So I would love to stream Diddy Kong Racing one day, whether I do it with legit hardware or N64 emulation, which I assume is a thing, but I've never tried. That's definitely something I should stream this year, actually, because I have fond memories. Maybe I'll ruin those fond memories, because I've not really played that game since I was about 8 years old at my best friend's house. I used to do it every morning. I'd go around to his before school, because his mum used to take us both to school together, and we'd play either Super Mario 64 or Diddy Kong Racing. I think those were the two games we played. He had GoldenEye as well, but we weren't even that interested. We'd rather just like drive around as a little mouse or a tiger or a bear. Anyway, thank you, Not a Tadpole. We got diddly squat about racing, says Charlie Badger. Well, I'm sorry you missed all that. It's not an issue I'm aware of before. OBS just saying it's disconnected. We'll reconnect you when we can. We've reconnected now. Weird. So I guess the VOD will just have a big gap in it, which is fun. So thank you, Not a Tadpole. Also, Steven Skodes has gifted some subs to Dr. Mundy and Addy PPP7, taking them up to 38 months and 64 months respectively, and taking Steven up to 1333 gift subs. No, I've done that wrong. jumping ahead, I did think it was unusual for Dr. Mundy and Adi Pramana to be gifted subs when they normally get their own. But Steven Skodes gifted a sub to Josh X Bailey, taking Steven up to 1333. But Dr. Mundy and Adi Pramana, credit where it's due, give them their dues. They have subscribed all by themselves to 38 months and 64 months. Thank you very much to you all. Lord Brotovich says, New Year, same TP resub, but don't look too long. I'm not actually here yet. I'm still at the hockey, stealing their Wi-Fi. Well, thank you for jumping on hockey Wi-Fi to get that 71-month renewal, Lord Brotovich. Very good of you to take the time to do that when there's important hockey to be watched, I'm sure. Or played, maybe. Maybe you're playing the hockey. Matt Jadeth Evans with 100 bits. Hi TP, hope you're doing well. I'm very excited to be in a position where I can reactivate my Patreon subscription. Can't wait to dive into the rules boss and main menu episodes I have missed. There are flipping loads of them for you to enjoy, so I hope you enjoy those, MJE. And we're recording a main menu this week, which will be going out sort of at the end of January, start of February. How exciting. Brooks Essentialist subscribed via Prime for 30 months now, saying, just grab Jedi Survivor, 151 gigabytes, get out of here. Well, Brooks Essentialist, you're probably playing it in exactly the right way, by which I mean several months, if not, a year almost? Or maybe more than a year. Hang on. Jedi Survivor release date. 2023? Flippin' heck. Can't believe how fast time goes. Been nearly 2 years. Anyway, 2 years after release, the game will work properly for you, which it didn't do for me. So, hope you enjoy your smooth experience. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. Because they've just upgraded it to PS5, haven't they? I think they've done a current gen version. No, wait, what? That's not... It was always that. I don't know what's happening. They've just done something. Or I think they've updated it so that it's like 60 FPS, and maybe it wasn't to begin with, or... I'm not sure exactly what they... I'm sure I read something recently that made me think, oh, well, just as they've updated it and done all the bug fixes and it probably runs smoothly, they've now done something else which will make it probably run not as well. I'm not really sure what they've done. I'm looking at it now and I can't find exactly... I'm not going to sit here reading news about Jedi Survivor, but I think they did some kind of update that, like, upped the demands of the game, I guess. And I was like, oh, great, it'll be broken again then. Fantastic. D. Lodge wants to know what I thought of Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul. Well, I will... Yeah, he did make his own Grombot, didn't he? It did occur to me that he made a general residential operations and maintenance bot. What was he called? Norbot. So, for those who don't understand what that's about, OBS Studio reconnection successful, so it says. It's going to be a good VOD, isn't it? Just with holes in it. Don't know how much of that you got. I was talking about Wallace and Gromit and Wadders and Grombot. Let me check the chat. Where did you lose me? Someone let me know what... you're explaining Grombot to no one. Okay, I got as far as talking about Grombot. Anyway, I did a parody of Wallace and Gromit with a robot in it called Grombot, and then they actually did a thing recently at Christmas with a robot gnome called Norbot in it. So it was interesting parallels. For those who don't know, is where it cut out. Okay, good. I'm not really sure what's going on here. My actual internet connection, as far as I can tell, seems okay. So I'm wondering if it's like an OBS issue, or maybe even a Twitch issue. Maybe Twitch is not receiving my stream properly. I don't know what's happening. I think maybe we just power through for now. I'll start the game shortly when I've just got through these final alerts, and then if it continues, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but for now, we'll just hope that it's fine.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, TP. Last year, I aimed to gift a sub a week. This year will be more sporadic, Cosy Lives etc. Here's to a great 2025.
Cosy Lives. Right, where was I? Lord Brotovich, thank you very much. Brooks Existentialist, thank you. And D Lodge, yes, that was the Wallace and Gromit chat. Then Try Strange says this is why Peter gets paid the big bucks. I'm not even sure exactly why I get paid the big bucks. It was that long ago that you said that. Could have been about anything. Painter Mini's excited that Jersey Devil is happening today, if we actually get to it, if the stream stays stable enough. Ed Hoik, whoa, the months match my age. 55 month on a 55-month streak. Thank you very much, Ed. I am very old, so much that I thought Simon Miller was here, but it's TP in the new year. Well, you know, new year, new set of hosts. Tiny Peter's gone. I am Simon Miller. I'm just wearing a mask. I don't know. Right. Then WeCarrot XO subscribed via Prime for 11 months on an 11-month streak. My fave Worst Games Ever is still the episode where Mario goes through the tunnel. Me too. So glad I made the decision to get more involved with the TTJ family in 2024 instead of just passively enjoying the list videos on YouTube. Anyway, I'm making prawn linguine and you're all invited round for tea. Well, that sounds lovely, WeCarrot XO. Thank you very much. I will be there I'll bring my own bowl and you can just spoon some in and I will slurp it up. Thank you very much for being part of the community with your 11-month streak as well. Right. 100 bits from Timmy Whiff. Happy New Year, TP. Last year I aimed to gift a sub a week, and this year be more sporadic because of Cosy Lives. Here's to a great 2025. Well, thank you very much, Timmy Whiff, for your one a week last year and your whatever you can manage this year. Anything that people can do is always gratefully received, but there's no expectation or pressure. But hey, it all helps. It keeps the lights on, and it keeps my OBS connected to Twitch. Thank you, Simon the Yorkshireman, for subscribing. In fact, Simon the Yorkshireman didn't subscribe off his own back. It was gifted by Stephen Skodes, taking Stephen up to 1335 gift subs. See, this confused me earlier. It said that your last gift sub, Stephen, was 1333, and I remember that being what you hit last time. So it should have been 1334, but that's not what Twitch said. Not as far as I could see in the chat. But anyway, we're probably all caught up again now at 1335. Thank you very much, Stephen. Right, I'm going to start streaming the game, and we're going to see what happens. I'm nervous about it, but we'll see how it goes. So, let me restart this emulator. Reset system. Here we go. Oh, little black bar at the bottom there. That's nice. What we like to see. It's a bit high, isn't it? I aligned the screen with how the gameplay looked. That all looks like quite high up, but I think when we get to the game, it's going to come down and be in the right place. I hope it is, anyway. Oh. My chat just cleared up there. That's concerning. Am I still connected to Twitch? Twitch having issues? Is this the problem? Why is the chat gone now? Maybe I'm about to drop out again. I don't know. Still got a good connection on my OBS that I can see. So, still connected so far, says Mr. Black. I don't know where the chat's gone. It's coming back now. Maybe Twitch are having problems. That could be what's going on here. I don't know. Or OBS itself. I don't know if... I don't know. Don't know what's happening. But this is Jersey Devil. Are you excited? I am. Oh. A pumpkin man. Again, very high up in frame at the moment, but... I assure you that when the game starts, everything's going to move down and be in the right place. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's playing me for a fool. Ugh. What's happening?
Yeah.
Twitch needs more Spyro flames.
It does, yeah. Maybe it'll work more.
Oh, Dennis. How many times have I told you? But, look what I found. I hope for you.
Turn the game up a little bit.
Another rat. Dennis?
I swear it's not.
It better not be. Now, let's see. What is this? Oh, look at the little puppy. Gucci, Gucci. What a cute little devil.
Oh.
It's too
It's got a little nappy
good
on.
to have to cut it into teeny weeny little pieces. In the name of science, of course.
This is Dr. Narf, I believe. Oh! What a horrible noise.
Brain. That was my last blade. I hope you understand what this means.
We can't cut up the baby devil.
All right. Oh no, not again.
I was about to say, is he presenting himself? But he was presenting himself for a kick up the ass rather than anything else. Ooh, what a sensual looking living plant.
Now wait here, little cabbage.
Right, so he's off to grab... Oh no. What will our poor little baby devil do? So he's off to buy a scalpel, is he? This is a quasi-formative game for me, says Dr. Mundy. I lived in Cyprus whilst I was 6 to 7 years old and wasn't exposed to games consoles. One of the first games I encountered when I moved back to the UK was Jersey Devil at a friend's house. I've never played this. I've been aware of it for a while and I've seen footage of it. But I'll be going in blind. Uh-oh. From the PS1 school of Nitro does a big green explosion, right? But legally distinct from Crash Bandicoot. Dr. Narf is not in any way related to Dr. Neocortex. Joyzy! I miss animation like this, says Timmy Whiff. Yeah, me too.
A wave of fear washes
Feels a bit
over
Saturday
the
morning,
city
doesn't it,
as
this?
unidentified terrorists continue to abduct innocent victims. Some witnesses describe these criminals as mutant vegetables.
But it's also a bit,
Very well be another outburst of collective
it reminds me very much of
civil
point-and-click
war
adventure
in
games.
1957, concerning
The sort of hand-drawn stuff moving kind of in a foreground plane, you know, and the sort of pixelated lines. So the Jersey Devil has grown up to be a sort of, don't know, either anti-hero or, I mean, a hero, I guess, just sort of a slightly dark one, you know, a spooky Batman. Right, is that now centered? I mean, not really. Let me get into the game. It's still a bit high up, isn't it? But then when I get into the game, it should look, oh, look at that. This is from the pre-thumbstick era. Glide, push, and pick. Crouch, punch, tail strike, jump. I'm going to forget all of this. Whoop. Right. We'll start the game. See if it's going to trick me out of my... There you go. That is a fully framed game. Don't really know what was wrong before, but it works now. Oh, that skybox is a bit weird, isn't it? The distant buildings sort of moving further than they should. Also, it says poo in the bottom right corner, which is good, and coo in the bottom left. Coo poo. It's what pigeons do, isn't it? They coo and they poo. That's all they're good for. It's a bit of a floaty jump. I mean, I guess it will make platforming slightly easier if he's going to hang in the air like that for a long time, but it's not the jump I expected. It's a nice sort of semi-orchestral soundtrack so far. I like that. Okay. It's almost something I'd expect to see in a Halloween watch-along. Yeah, I have thought about playing this game in October in the past. Like, I think for the past 2 years, it's crossed my mind, but I've just had other things that were kind of seemed to take priority, really. This looked so much better in my memory. It's this shitty TV. I mean, obviously, this is being emulated, so sometimes, obviously, it looks quite sharp now, because that's what the emulator is able to do, which is, at least for streaming purposes, it is nice to have something that has crisp lines. Chris Plines, who we all, of course, went to school with. But it does mean that, you know, sometimes that can be a negative. If you don't have the sort of the blurring of an old CRT to kind of smudge things together, it can actually make things look worse in a way. So maybe it did look better when you played it in its original form. Oh, okay. Right, I'm learning. Okay, so there's like a museum here. Is that locked up? Okay, let's head around here. I can already see that this game inspired. Remember when I played Clive and Wrench? I think that was probably longer ago than I'd like to admit. It feels like it was early last year, but it was probably like late 2023, to be honest. But Clive and Wrench was the game where I played as like a little bunny. And it was, everywhere we went, it was clearly inspired by lots of PS1 and in places PS2 era 3D platformers. And you could see Bugs Bunny Lost in Time there. I mean, I can see that here, to be honest. This feels very Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. You could see like A Bug's Life was there as well. And immediately I can, like, this reminds me of Clive and Wrench, is what I'm saying. But obviously Clive and Wrench came much later than this. So I suspect the developer was inspired by that game. Oh, where did he go? He went up into the sky. This feels like, even down to, I don't just mean like sort of inspired by, I mean the actual engine that this is running in feels like, it feels very Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Down to the way that certain things are kind of being rendered and animated. See how that guy, when he came out of his hole, was a bit framey. His animation was at a lower frame rate to the rest of the world, and you've got like particle effects that are kind of 2D sort of GIF looking things. This is super Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Look at this guy come out. You see he's a bit framey there? Do I have an... Yes, I do have an attack. I can just punch him into oblivion. Yeah. It's, as Ashton Matthews would say, it's giving Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. We've got K23, and we've still got Pooh in the bottom right, which is fine. Watching the skybox is making me sick. Oh, that is actually a destructible... Oh, I've skipped some of those. Oh, do I have to jump on these? There we go. Nah. Yeah, the skybox is not... It's not ideal, is it? Regarding Clive and Wrench, I think you played it on release, didn't you? So that was Feb 2023. Yeah, I did play it on release, or possibly even... Because we got sent a code. I wonder if I even played it sort of a little bit before release. No, I think by the time I sort of had a free slot on my stream, I think it had actually come out. But, yeah. I've spelled Nar. I assume I'm spelling Narf. Actually, is there... Oh, that crate over here, is it pushable? The developer also made Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Ah, well, there you go. I thought, because... Who developed Bugs Bunny Lost in Time? I thought it was developed by... Oh no, Behaviour Interactive, wasn't it? Is this by Behaviour? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I was thinking Infogrames, but they published it. Yeah, okay. The shared DNA is quite clear. Ah, okay. Ooh. I've never played Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, which was a game that when I used to say to people, you know, when I was quite young, I would say, "Oh, have you played the Bugs Bunny PS1 game?" Everyone would always say, "Oh yeah, Time Busters." I'd be like, "No, not that one." And everyone would say, "Oh yeah, well, never mind about your game, whatever you're talking about. Let's talk about Time Busters." And I would be like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Well, I was aware of it, but I'd never played it. So that is definitely a game I should try at some point. Yeah, even the soundtrack is clearly, you know, they've almost certainly used the same composer here as they did for Bugs Bunny. And that's okay. In fact, it's better than okay, because I really liked the music in Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Oh man, I love this game. This was my first PS1 game, says Ghost Ship. A lot of people in the chat today who are not just aware of this, but have played it. And me, wannabe PS1 connoisseur, I have never had the pleasure. So I'm kind of just going into this blind and not really knowing quite where I'm going and what I'm doing, but hey, I'm enjoying myself. Oh, do I have to push that box all the way around here? Or can I push this one? That would be nice. Yes, I can. There's definitely nothing on here before I push it away, is there? No, okay. Let's take this down here. Try and find an F. This gives me nostalgia vibes of PS1 platformers like this or Wild 9. Yeah. There's also a game, oh, what's it called for PS2? Some of you will know. Where you play as like a, I don't know what the two animals are, like a rabbit and a weasel or something, and you're chained together at the wrist. I think someone might have even sent it for Weirdest Games Ever. We might have a copy. So you play as like two characters who are joined together. It's not chained together, obviously. Oh, nothing up here. What a waste of my time. That's fine. I'm just wondering if I should quickly backtrack and punch those doors open that I missed. I'm game. I'll do it. Oh, I wish these didn't fly away so far. Is this all just going to be more collectibles? Oh no, there's the F. Good. Oh, and they don't even stop moving when you look away from, like, they have to finish their animation on screen, which means you can't even just let them go. You have to watch them fly into position. That's actually quite annoying. But hey, whatever. We probably don't need to even collect that many. I guess it just gives you a life or something. Maybe not. Right, let's push this box back. To answer the question, though, that I think D. Lodge had, what did I actually think of Wallace and Gromit? Vengeance Most Foul. I won't say anything too spoilery other than what was revealed in the trailer ahead of time. So if you've not watched it yet, but you have at least seen the trailer, then there won't be anything spoilery in that regard. Oh no. Oh, okay. I hope I can jump over this gate then, otherwise I'm stuck down here. But I really liked it. I think I'll still always love sort of the original trilogy, if you like. You know, kind of. I like the fact that the older ones they're a bit more tactile. You know, you can see the thumbprints in the clay, and I actually prefer that. And you know, the lighting is done, and the sort of the camera quality is done in a way where it just so clearly is a man and a dog made out of plasticine or whatever it is that they make them out of. Whereas now, obviously, it's such a high budget thing that, you know, it's great to see that that stop motion is still a thing. Claymation stop motion is still a thing, and in fact is a very popular thing because it's been all over social media since it went out, hasn't it? Oh, there we go. Maybe I could have done that all along, but whatever. But because now the budget is so high, they can do it in such a pristine, clinical way that, you know, I think there's just something slightly lost in the actual medium. The writing is still absolutely on point. The music's great. And probably the most important thing for me is, oh look, I should have kept that double-decker box so I could get up there. Oh, you know what? I'll do it. Most important thing for me is that, you know, again, this was revealed in the trailer, so it's not a big spoiler. Feathers McGraw has returned. It's something I've always wanted out of Wallace and Gromit. And actually, when this was first announced, Vengeance Most Foul, when it was first announced, all that was revealed at the time was Wallace comes up with a robotic gnome to help around the home, but things go wrong. And I thought, a robotic gnome? Okay. Is that going to be the villain here? Fine, like, I thought it will still be good, it'll still be funny because it's Aardman and it's Wallace and Gromit, but even at the time I thought, you know what I'd really like to see? I'd really like to see Feathers McGraw return. And then he went and did it. He went and returned. Oh, is this actually not a side? Oh, side path. No, I think this is a. Is this a bonus? Oh no. Oh no. Whoops. Okay. Oh, I still need a K. You're right. He's Dr. Knarf. I mean, I'm hoping that... Oh my god, what in God's name is that? Muggsy has arrived. Is this not a side path? It looked like it was opened with that item that I found, which sort of tells me that it might be a... you know, not the main route. I don't want to follow the main path, but also out here is... Can I go back out? Oh, I'm not even allowed back out. Oh, okay, well, we may have messed it up with the old Knarf, because there was another gate out there that potentially I could have punched open, but whatever. This is weird seeing the European version. The boxes and icons are slightly different, says Painted Mini. Oh. You got the K without realising it from the bit before you hit the gate open. When you got the K, the words changed into the coin. Oh, I see. Oh, I've got the K. Oh, that's good. Good news. Oh man, I know I've got a glide ability, but it didn't feel that powerful when I tried it before, so I've not been using it much, but I'll give it a go. Citadel Zombies, thank you for subscribing via Prime for 26 months. Man with wings falls to his death, says Decan. Yeah. Oh god, that's not... I don't like that at all. I really don't like the glide. He stops in the air, which is not what you want. And then he starts gliding forwards, but by the time he started gliding, he touched the ground. I mean, clearly you're supposed to use it from much higher vantage points, but... Oh! That's not ideal. Anyway, we'll work with it. Big muscly duck has not been... Or super duck, you might say. Has not been dealt with yet. So yeah, Vengeance Most Foul was really good. It was well written. The music was great. I'll always love Wallace and Gromit, but the best thing for me was the fact that Feathers McGraw returned. He's one of my favourite villains of all time. The Wrong Trousers is one of my favourite. It's hard to know what to call it because it's not a film, is it? And it's not. I don't want to just say it's one of my favourite shorts of all time because there aren't that many shorts in the world comparatively, and that almost kind of puts it into a smaller category than it deserves to be in. It's one of my favourite pieces of visual media of all time, I guess, and definitely, without a doubt, my favourite chase scene in anything ever. Movies, games, TV shows, even books, whatever you want to compare it to. It will always be the greatest chase scene. And hey, they did a good job of trying to sort of match it in Vengeance Most Foul. There was a good chase scene in that, for sure. Right, so I've got this kind of... Yes, I've got that ability. Okay. I'm sort of very much learning as I go here. The game hasn't really told me a lot, but I'm working it out. I've collected 7 tail spins in the top right, seemingly, which I kind of thought that's what this was, but it's not using them up, so... Not sure what's going on there. Oh god, I think he just dropped as well. I don't think the glide even lasts that long. Oh! Alright, hope I didn't need that. Right, big muscly duck over there. It devastated me as a kid when Gromit got sad and left home. Yeah, me too. Me and my brother and sister used to shout at the TV when Gromit walks off in his raincoat, and then there's a shot of Feathers McGraw looking out of the window, rubbing his flippers together. We used to like angrily shout, saying, "You horrible penguin!" when we were like 6. I sort of have vivid memories of getting mad at a TV villain. Okay, I think the glide does last. I think it's just once you're over land, he drops. I don't really know. It doesn't feel very safe, but sure. See, he's just sort of like dropping down as I reach ledges. I can't make it over there. I'm not quite sure of the exact route I'm supposed to take. I guess I'm meant to just go back to where that guy killed me, but surely I mean chicken. Yes, sorry. I beg your pardon. Well, no, he wasn't wearing his disguise at that point. Ooh! Oh, does he jump when he comes off edges? I don't really have to... I'm not brave enough to try. I'll give it a go. Bugs Bunny used to do that, I think. Yeah, but it's not held down. He does a minimal hop. Right, this guy is going to throw barrels at me. I probably can't even kill these guys, right? But I kind of... Oh! Oh, those are lives, I think. Those tailspin looking things. Okay. Because I seem to have lost one now, and it may be when I fell off the cliff. Probably 5. Yeah, they are lives. I wonder if that guy will be dead when I spawn back in. Oh no, he's back. Oh wait, no, yes. That's the one who got me. I got a bit turned around there. Oh. Not quite sure about the control scheme here. It's a bit confusing. Square is jump. For some reason. Oh! it's all a little bit awkward, but I'm managing. So in short, I was very pleased to see Feathers McGraw back. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. Square is jump, holy smokes, this version is weird, lol, says Painter Mini. Was square not jump in the original, or in the American version? It's square to jump and triangle to glide. Okay, so here, for example, can I actually make it, or is he just going to drop? No, okay. He just drops. He drops his glide when you are over land, I think, after being over a gap. But it's like, well, what if I want to keep on gliding? It's not for you to decide. I'm the player. You're the puppet. Well, that's gone. Maybe if I punch these open, they don't spew their pumpkins everywhere. Oh. Yeah, X is attack, which I keep sort of forgetting as well. Don't want to jinx it, but OBS seems to be holding up. I don't know why I said that. No! American version is X to jump, triangle to glide. X to jump would be good. It would be ideal. Oh, so that box that I broke was clearly a checkpoint, because I keep coming back here. Well, that's okay. That's something. But yeah, I'll always love the wrong trousers. Close shave's really good too, and the Grand Day Out. Obviously, Grand Day Out, you can really see that it's the early days of Wallace and Gromit. I mean, even Wallace's design is quite different. Well, both of them actually look quite different, but Wallace particularly. But it's still really good, a Grand Day Out. And, you know, this is to take nothing away from either Vengeance Most Foul or Curse of the Were-Rabbit or the oft-forgotten Matter of Loaf and Death. You know, they're all great, but I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to cross. Well, I know I don't have to glide across that, but it's like there are gaps that need to be crossed, and I don't feel particularly comfortable doing it without gliding. But if I'm gliding, I can't be tail spinning these bugs, so I do need to just do it as a jump, I think. Wallace's lack of a giant grin is really weird in a Grand Day Out. It is a bit. I don't mind it though. I think he still looks fine. And that apparently is why they picked Wensleydale as one of the cheeses that he was keen on, because it just was a good word to animate with his mouth. And he basically saved Wensleydale cheese, so the story goes. I've been to Wensleydale, and there's a shop. There's a shop there with a sort of haunting Wallace and Gromit display in the window, where it's a sort of a load of clothes that have been stuffed with newspaper and tucked into a pair of boots, and a papier-mâché Gromit head, and a, you know, creepy thing. But yeah, Wensleydale cheese wasn't doing very well at the time, and then when Wallace and Gromit came out, I don't know if it was a Grand Day Out or one of the later shorts, but kind of, I don't really know what to do there. I'm trying my best. I think I'm just not timing it right, but we've only got 2 lives left. Now I have to start doing Cheetah Austin in a minute. Try and maybe take a different route. Oh! And yeah, anyway, the sales of Wensleydale cheese went up after Wallace and Gromit talked about it a lot. And now it's a firm favourite of many, and often found on cheese boards across the country. Okay, there we go. I'm wondering if I can mash it and keep the spin going. Not sure. That's horrid. He wants fisticuffs. Ah, fisticuffs, eh? Oh, there's TNT on this platform. Do I have to use TNT to kill him? Oh god, how do I pick it up? Oh, he's dead. It's a triangle to pick it up. Okay. And what to throw? Square, X, X. Okay. Oh, it didn't kill the bug. Good. Of course it didn't. First try soloed it. Yeah. Could do with earning a life back, really. Can I really not kill this bug with a TNT? No, I can't. Good. Didn't want to anyway. Can I make that jump? I guess I'm gonna have to. Oh. K is for Knarf. Oh my god, we're only just at K, so this is a whole new level. So do I have to spell Narf in each level to reach the exit? Because I feel like I only got out of the previous level by spelling Narf. Oh, okay, I can do that, can I? Could have done that over there too, but I think there's only... Yeah, I think I can only get pumpkins out of that, so it's probably not worth doing. Can I push this? Experts in this game. Do I have to... This won't go off the edge, no it won't. Do I have to spell Narf in order to exit each level? Is that the point? Or is it just a bonus? Because in most games where you can spell your name, it's just a collectible, you know? Right, checkpoint. Not quite sure how big these bugs are, so I've not really got the depth perception down just yet. Oh god, he got me. Tail whip for sure is the go-to move. The Narf tokens form a key. You make keys for each area. Oh no. It does still say poo in the bottom right, yeah. It said that from the start. Oh. Okay. Bugs Bunny is strong with this one. Oh. Okay. I think I need to have a bit more faith in my jump distance. I think that's part of my problem, is I'm trying to glide everywhere, and that sort of limits my... To an extent, it limits my maneuverability. And also it limits the degree to which I can tailspin. Right. K-A. Have I missed an N? Do they appear in order? It didn't feel like I got them in order last time. Oh, it's horrid, that. It's like a spider, but also a gorilla. And as we all know, I'd rather fight as a gorilla than a bug. I've talked about this before. Actually having a fist fight with an insect here. What a game. Oh! I didn't mean to do that, but fine. God, it's so Bugs Bunny lost... Oh! Narf. I've spelled the whole lot. Can't reach that. Oh, now I can. Okay, good. Well, thank God I'm out of this area. I hate it. Okay, down we go. Oh! I'm so used to bombs in video games being like really, really damaging. But so the fact that those guys chuck a bomb constantly, like when I hit them, sort of makes me... I'm quite nervous around them, but actually they don't seem to do an awful lot of damage. So it doesn't really matter that they do it. It just looks very threatening when a cartoon bomb appears, but... Whoops. I know this game is super janky, but I love it, and the music is incredible. The music is really good. Again, it's very lost in time. I've got to stop. I don't want to take anything away from this game, just because it happens to be, in many ways, similar to another game. And it doesn't take away from it. I mean, I love Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. It's one of my favorite PS1 games in the whole library. It's one of my favorite PS1 games there is. But, you know, this thing has its own merits, too. But yeah, I should definitely try Time Busters at some point. Oh, whoops. Oh no, he drowned! Wow. Still says poo. I imagine at some point I can collect some sort of pea-shaped collectible, but I don't know if there's... Ooh, fall damage. I think it's the instrumentation as much as anything else. You know, sometimes that makes all the difference. You could have the same melodies and harmonies in another soundtrack, but because they're played on some quite nice sort of, as I said earlier, they're kind of fairly orchestral sounding. I don't think they're actually... Not sure to what extent they're actually sampled from real instruments, or if they're sort of synthetic, but either way, it certainly gives off an orchestral vibe, which is nice. Okay, there's an awful lot of moving platforms here, but they don't seem to really go anywhere in particular. There is something over there in the corner, but it's just an ordinary crate. If this just has a pumpkin in it, I'll be livid. Oh God! Yeah, it's got nothing in it, but there's a safer way to this area, I think. So that's something. Is this a boss? Am I fighting this statue? What's going on? No, it's just shooting balls at me. Okay, well, I think I've just made it across the pit, and I don't need to worry too much about the rest of that, so I'll take the checkpoint. I was actually able to rip the soundtrack from the disc by just putting it into my computer. No shenanigans required. Music Player was like, want to import audio? It's great. Yeah, a fair few PS1 discs allowed you to do that. If you just put the disc into a CD player back in the day, or possibly even your PC, in some cases, you could just pull the audio straight from it. Not always. It was just entirely dependent on... Oh, hello. There is a boss up here. Oh, it's Donkey Kong. I don't think I can hurt him. Oh, I can. He's really cross. Am I doing damage? Again, I need to go to need to consult the experts in the game here. Is this the intended? Oh. Oh yeah, I just had to hit him like 10 times with no sort of health bar to let me know that I was doing the right thing. I was just about to give up doing that and go looking for some kind of bomb to throw at him or something, but sure. I like that you can just walk up the side of this as well. That feels like slightly against the rules of platforming, given that they have put stairs in here. And ironically, you can't go up the stairs by just walking, but you can do that. But that's fine. I guess I go down here now. Anyway, that was fun. We did a boss fight. Oh, that's fun. I'm bouncing on his belly. I did really like, again, I'm going to make the comparison. But hey, it's all the same engine, it's the same developer. I'm not saying one game did it better than another, although in this case I think they did. I really liked in Bugs Bunny Lost in Time when you could bounce on sort of dead enemies and like sofas, and there were certain things that were springy like this. And I just thought, hey, you know what? It's just nice to have contextual bouncy things. You know, some games they'll have like trampolines or whatever, and that's fine. You know, they've placed those platforms there for you to bounce on. Or, you know, in Crash Bandicoot's case, it's just boxes with an arrow on them, and it's like, you know what? Some platform games should consider doing it like this, where the thing that you're using to bounce up to the, you know, a certain area or whatever it is that you're doing happens to be something that maybe would be bouncy, at least in a cartoon world. Well, I've killed one spider from each side, haven't I think? I've killed 4 spiders. Oh, I heard something growl then. Something's grumbling at me. Can I now just punch these open? No? There's definitely a doorway behind here. Oh, can I slide it? Yeah. I got it. I've played video games before. Okay, well, can't get up there yet. That might be an exit, potentially, or might unlock some sort of crate. Push. Push. Okay. Okay, so they do sometimes have letters in them, so it is worth going out of my way to open it. Every crate. Okay, fine. I assume... Oh! That's just a death pit. Okay. Nice. Can I push his body? Oh, wow, okay. See, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time could never. This is interesting. I like this. Not only do you have the contextual bouncy platform, which is a belly, but you can actually push him around. That is nice. That is a really nice touch. God, look at this. It's become a horror game all of a sudden. Recoconal. Recoconal is his time. Oh. 4 hits is a lot for a cartoony platform game enemy. Is this a death hole? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, heck. What now? Oh, in fact, given that I can push the bouncy thing, the bouncy man, because why would that door open into just a death pit? Just to trick me into jumping down it? Or can I possibly... If I was to push him... Where's the pit? Which one's it in? No, I was going to say, can I like bounce... I couldn't remember if there was a ledge behind it or something, but no. I think it is just a trick. That's fine. I always thought this was a good game. This is Kaiwin X. Are you saying that as though you're now disappointed by that? You're saying, oh, I always thought this was a good game. Or are you just saying you always thought this was a good game? Oh, he's got me. Get off. I wish I could rebind these controls. Well, I guess I could do with the emulator. Rebind my controls. I'm assuming the plain-looking crates always just have either nothing in them or a pumpkin. I don't ever have to break a plain-looking crate open to get a letter out of it. Just wondering if I can Oh god. Am I stuck in it? No. Oh, you can get them from enemies as well. Oh my god, you really can just get narfed from all directions. And it forces you to do everything. And oh, getting loads of them now. Watch this one have the R. He's got a coming out of coffin animation where he's got iframes. So. Yeah. Oh, F? Is there an R? Oh, it's right there. It's kind of weird that, like, that happened on the previous level as well, where I suddenly got all the letters I still needed in the very last area, but that's okay. It's just like you pick up the first one and it kind of makes you feel like, oh, you know, I've only just got the K, and how long is this level going to be if there's going to be another 4 letters hidden somewhere? Yeah, but then suddenly it gives you 3 in 1. That's fun. I always think of Pinky in the Brain when I hear Narf. Yeah, me too. Narf, but that was spelled just with an N, I think. When it was occasionally written down in Pinky in the Brain, I think it was N-A-R-F. Oh, N is for Narf. Does it sometimes give me them out of order? I think it does. It must do, because I can't possibly have missed one yet, can I? Kind of weird that it does that, but you know, whatever. It's fine. A is for off. You're wrong, Painter Mini. It's not P00. As in power level 0. It does actually just say the word poo. I know you know a lot about this game, but the one thing I know about it is that it says poo in the corner for the entire game. Do I have to fight this boulder now? What's going on? Do I have to push it? Oh, no. I don't have to push it. Confirmed. Boulder is not pushable. Oh, or indeed attackable. Oh no! My poo suit has been hit! There's little bowling balls on the wall in here. I know there are obviously various people in the chat who know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't yet want a solution. I know I can ask you if I need it, but it just doesn't look like I can get in any of these. So, is this... It's Umbrella Core, look. Oh! Oh, Oh, interesting. I'm not quite sure how I caused that to happen. Was it always homing in on me? And I just by standing over that, I made it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Or I guess by touching... Oops. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. I pressed glide as I came off the edge rather than jump. I guess by touching that thing, I opened it a bit, and then I guess if it rolls over the hole while you've already opened it, then that's what makes it fall. Okay, here we go. Wow. Okay. It's a very good soundtrack. Who was the composer for this and Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, I'm sure? Because I want to know if they went on to do other things, you know, in subsequent generations. If maybe they're still making video game music now. Okay, is that the door open? How do I turn the camera? Gilles Leveille. Oh, there's an E accent on the end. Leveille. Normally you just as a general rule, you don't pronounce the last letter of French, but the fact it's got an accent on it implies that you do pronounce that. I don't know. Right, is the boulder back? Yes, it is. Oh! 2 of them. There's a door opened. One of them went down the hole, didn't it? Oh no, it died again. I wonder what else. I wonder what else they did. I'm gonna look them up. Well, they certainly are still working, because as recently as 2021, they composed the music for Felix and the Hidden Treasure. I'm not quite sure what that is, but gameplay-wise, on Moby Games, they've got Jersey Devil, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, Smurf Racer, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, unsurprisingly, The Ant Bully, Widget's Odyssey on PSP. So nothing that I'm particularly familiar with outside of the Looney Tunes stuff. But hey, I think Giles deserved a bit more high-profile work based on this stuff. Right. Oh, I wish there was maybe there is a snap camera forwards option. Or maybe, no, I don't know if there is. It's a slow rotate. It's a bit tricky in this room. I'm trying to keep track of... Okay, I think one of the boulders fell down. Yeah, it did. Okay, that's tricky, but I've worked out what I do at least. Okay. Closed my chat while I was looking for. Wasn't Ant Bully on Worst Games Ever? I was trying to remember that. I'm not sure if Ant Bully was. We've played Ants, Ants Racing or something. We've played the B movie. Maybe we have played the Ant Bully. Yes, we did actually, I remember. Yeah, you're the tiny little boy, and we went and we were like hunting woodlice or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B B B B B B B B Jersey B B B B B B Devil B B B B B B Pooh B B B B B North B B B B B B B B Boulder B B B B B B B B Boulders in the pool room.
Oh no! Plays everyone. It's the sex number 420. More boulders. Or maybe there were always 2 when I first came in here, but one of them just dropped down immediately. Oh, I think I actually fell down the hole. I'm not quite sure mechanically what's going on here with the... I step on it once and it... Right. I think if I jump from being on it and then land, then it does... That's how it opens. I think if I just land on it, it just does a duh, but if I'm on it and then I jump and land... No, that did just one as well. I don't quite understand how that worked, but whatever. I guess I'd maybe just stay on it for a bit longer. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. Anyway, I've spelled Narf, and I'm looking for the K door. Thanks for blazing it. Steven Skodes, thank you for the bits. We did add more boulders to the poo room, to quote. I Ashton Matthews. To paraphrase Ashton Matthews. Oh, the music just gets better. Okay. Ka-chunk. Oh! That was good. Okay. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Oh, and okay. In a plain box. Okay, I do have to destroy literally every box in this game to be sure of getting all the letters, which is a bit troubling. But, oh, N is for Narf. K is for Narf, as we all know. What is it Troy McClure says? P is for Psycho. That's good. Wasn't there a control for dive? Maybe it means underwater? No, it said glide, push, and something else. Can I do like a Bugs Bunny dive? Just there's whole things reminded me of the Bugs Bunny head dive that you can do. It really is a haunting sound effect that these spidery guys make. I guess they're insects, aren't they? Only 6 legs. Kind of like a really furious goat. R is for roof. Yeah, some of these instruments are definitely electronic. It's not a real trumpet. It's like a MIDI trumpet, but hey, that's no bad thing. And F is for F. F is for all the deaths that I've had, leaving me with 1 life. Is this a seesaw? It is. But actually it will allow me to get that, which I need. Oh, why did they have to make it so that... I know you don't really lose any height while he's doing it, but... Why did they have to make it so that he stops? And I guess you lose momentum. He stops in the air to bring his wings out. Is this good? Is this bad? It's just a lift, is it? Okay, it's a button. Is that the end of the level? Thank goodness.
Well,
it's Narf.
Look who's
It's the final
back.
boss.
You won't get away this time. Dennis, get him.
Alright, I'm just drinking my tea. Bloody hell. P is for pterodactyl. Yeah. And pneumonia. P is for a lot of things. P is for psycho, pterodactyl, and pneumonia. Am I right in thinking in America you dropped the P from the word pneumonia? I like that Narf is up there contributing to the fight. More games should do that. Have the big boss watching from afar, like Ricto did in Spyro 2. It's there. What, you still have the P in pneumonia in the States, do you? What was it that they said in that SNL skit? That in America they dropped the letter U from all words like colour, except for, and honour, except for glamour. All OURs became ORs, except in the word glamour, apparently. I assume I am hurting him here by releasing all these pumpkins. I'm not just... Yes, okay. I think I got him. They didn't drop the P, but they tend to drop the T right in the harbour. Very good. That took me a while. Power level 0. P is for poo. Save. Seems like a good idea. 106% run still on. I don't know. I simply do not know what I have or have not missed in this game already so far. Oh, so this is a hub world. I jump on the fire hydrant. Narf was a... It reminds me so much. Again, it was done in... The inspiration was the other way around, but it reminds me so much of Clive and Wrench. Clearly they did a very good job of evoking the sorts of things they wanted to evoke, given that only now, playing something after having played Clive and Wrench, I can look back on Clive and Wrench and say, oh yeah, that's what they were going for. It's clearly stuck in the mind. Oh, okay, there we go. I mean, if you want to start a war with the British, that's how it's done. Or just listen to Elon Musk, who at the moment is polling people on Twitter as to whether America should intervene and overthrow Britain's tyrannical government. This is the man who's about to be given a position of some power and influence, I guess. I don't know how much. Under President Trump. But maybe we don't want to talk about that. Right, I have to tire this boy out, I think. Oh. Stop. How many times do I have to... Given that this game has... I was just about to say, has has previous for not telling me when I'm actually doing damage to bosses or enemies. I was about to say, I am going to carry on doing this and hope that he eventually falls down dead. Yeah, okay, apparently attack the little scarecrow boys or pumpkin boys or whatever they are like 4 or 5 times. Oh, here's another one. 1 2 3 4 It's a good animation. 5 Flippin' heck, is it worth it? Did he drop a life? Maybe it is worth it if he drops a life, but... Can I ride the water? Yes, I can. I've played Bugs Bunny Lost in Time before. Oh no. Okay, here we go. A is for off. This game looks like such a trip. It is weird, isn't it? It's a weird game. It's good, I'm having fun, but... I don't know what's going on half the time. We're sort of in the medieval level now, and I don't mean the medieval period, I mean the medieval PS1 game. In other words, I'm in a graveyard. Well, not even in a graveyard, am I? I'm in a park. But it does look quite similar to some of the early levels in medieval. This game is like Gex 2 at Spyro 1's house. I don't even know what that means. Oh, I see what you mean. I do kind of know what you mean. It's like playing as Gex, but what in like the artisan world, maybe. Okay. The lack of draw distance, which I know can't be helped, really, is making it difficult to know exactly where I've been and what I've cleared out. Right, there's the K door. We've got 20 Ks, whatever that means. Still got 0 poos. Oh. Oh, so can I change the water flow to make these fountains go higher? I bet I can. My K's gone down. Why am I losing K's? 18? Oh, is it how many are remaining? I don't like that I have to attack this guy 5 times. It would be good if at least the camera would stay locked on him, but he tends to run out of frame most of the time, then I can't see him to attack him. Right, so all the letters are above the fountain. I need to be able to control the flow of the water. Okay, I'm getting lives. That does seem worth... It's worth fighting those guys for the lives, I think. Okay, there's a little thing there. Was that a little... Is that an information board, or is it a... Okay, I need to work out how to control the fountains, but I'll work it out. I'm good. Okay, N is in there. It's cold. It's cold in my house. Oh, there's the R. Okay. Okay, I guess the K counter is how many Ks remain in the level. How many K boxes? Yeah. Oh yeah, the gliding is like Spyro. No, you're right. That is also... It is like... In that sense, it is definitely a bit Spyro-esque. Because Gex, I don't think, could glide, could he? Right. Surely there's some kind of lever. Or lever. Or can I just maybe bash the fountain? No. Okay. There must be a way for me to change which fountain is shooting highest. I bet you there is. I bet you 10 tails, 13 Ks, 86 pumpkins, and 0 poos. That I can make these fountains go higher. I've not actually tried this gate yet. Can I just slap it open? No. Gex could glide in Gex 3 on a few levels, but not usually. Ah, okay. It's another PS1 platformer I'm not particularly familiar with, actually. I'd like to play some Gex. But I think there's talk... I know Croc is having a remaster, or a remake or something. Oh, I don't know if I can touch this water. I can't. In fact, I do know that I can't touch it, because I've had that death animation before. Right. I'm going to keep looking for a bit. And then I'm going to have to ask someone who knows the answer about how I sort these fountains out. Because surely that is the solution. But yeah, I'd like to play Gex at some point. The 3D Gex games, anyway. The 2D ones don't really interest me that much. Much like Rayman. But yeah, it just depends whether they might be doing some kind of newer version of Gex. Because if they are, I may as well sort of wait until it's just available in a new polished form on PS5. Got this one. It's shooting up. Is there a grate next to each fountain? Is that relevant? Next to each fountain. So I bash the lamp. No. Can I just sort of press triangle on it and kind of make it go higher? No. Didn't realise I could crouch. I'm reaching the point at which... I mean, there's nothing else... There's nothing here. There's a bunch of fountains with letters above them. I pushed a thing over earlier, didn't I? But I think it would just had something underneath it. I don't think there's anything else to do with... Yeah, with this statue. Can I push it around? No, I can't even push it. It does seem like each fountain happens to have a little drain next to it, but I don't know if that's in any way helpful. And there's another statue here. Yeah, if anyone in the chat would like to point out what the flip I'm supposed to do now to make these fountains go higher, that would be useful. There is some loose ground behind a bush. Presumably not this. Behind a different bush. Oh my god, it's not this, is it? Wow. Really? I know it was flickering before because of the emulator, but you're not telling me that this is the intended solution. Yeah, keep jumping on it. No, I have worked that out, Tetsuway. I know that it will break if I keep jumping on it, but I'm just saying, how on earth is anyone supposed to know that that is there? It's not even a different color or anything. It's not bobbing up and down. It doesn't have a broken texture on it. That is very unfair. Look at the chat. Ludicrous, ridiculous. I agree. How on earth was I supposed to just find that naturally, other than running round and around and around and hoping that I step on that particular polygon? Even if I'd been behind that exact bush, I might not have stepped on that specific area. How many times do I have to hit this dog now? 5? 4. 4 times. Okay. He didn't drop anything either. Life. Lever. Wait, what the flip is that? Says Painter Mini. Have you not seen the dog before in the American version? Or the water bowl? Painter Mini's discovering all sorts of things that weren't in the American version. You won't get that strange sort of thing in Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, says Alan Hasley. No, I mean, you would get bits of broken ground, but there would be a great big crack on it. I mean, that, which is the actual solution, is less visible and less suggestive of being important than this, which is seemingly not important, than the little, like, these muddy patches here. Why not put this texture on that polygon behind that bush and not put that texture anywhere else? And I immediately would have thought, oh, there's something. The fact that it's a perfectly flat bit of green grass is insane. In fact, it doesn't seem to have... Okay, it's made this fountain go up, which is good. Does that mean that there are actually 4 more of those? Broken bits of terrain behind, like, near each fountain? Maybe so. Maybe not. Oh no, this one's up. Okay, so we just need to get the N now. This one, I guess they don't all have a letter above them. That's what I was like. How come some of them are still down? But, so did the lever also just open this gate? Or... No, it didn't. Okay. Again, I'll hang fire for a solution just for the time being. Because now I know that potentially I'm looking for a very well hidden green tile. Or... You know, maybe not that, but I don't know, maybe rather than run around looking for an invisible hole in the ground that might not be there, maybe I should just... So, done this one. This was the one that was up to begin with. This one is down. I think... I'm not sure. This one is down. That one is up. So I can't get in there until I've spelled Narf. I know that the N is in here. And I guess I come at that by coming up out of the ground. Was there another tunnel in the underground area I've just been in? Can I, like, navigate to that hole? Where was it? Down here. Oh, he didn't like that. Okay. Oh yeah, look, there's a hole there in... Ah, okay. Good. Oh, this is probably where I was supposed to come out, actually. I thought the lever had just turned on the... Oh, yeah, I wasn't supposed to come out of here. I was just meant to come up, get the N, and then backtrack. But that's fine. Right. Here we go. I'm still absolutely aghast at the invisible hole that was down here. I mean, it's really not really okay, is it? This would have been if I'd played this back in the day. If I'd played this at like age 10, this is as far as I would have got in the game. I never ever would have found that. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. So, there we go. Exploding bat. 12 Ks to go. Hello, Labrotovich. Oh, hello, Drew. I thought Labrotovich had just arrived. I was going to say, I thought I'd seen you earlier, but... Hello, Drew, in fact. Hello, everyone. Hello, Peter, says Labrotovich. Hope you enjoyed the hockey. And I hope Drew enjoyed whatever Drew has been doing. I mean, this is as close as you're ever going to get to me playing a Batman game, Batman fan Drew, so... I mean, that's not true, actually. I could play a proper Batman game one day. We played the, I assume I can, yeah, grab these ropes. We played the Batman and Robin game on Worst Games Ever, didn't we? I had that as a kid. PS1. Weird game, actually. Very strange game. Because you're not just being Batman and, like, fighting crime. There was, like, a time limit. And you had to like solve a crime and like head off the goons before they arrived where they were going to be before the time ran out or something strange like that. Really odd game. And you had this like small open world in the old-fashioned sense, you know, a non-linear level of the streets of Gotham. As you'll all know if you saw the episode, I'm sure. You could ride around and do vehicular combat in the Batmobile, or on, I think, if you played as Robin, maybe you were on some sort of Bat bike, Robin bike. You could play as Batgirl as well, couldn't you? And not a good movie. Batman Forever, I think, is a bit better than people say it is. Certainly the Burton films are better than the later ones in that sort of quadrilogy. But Batman Forever, I think, is quite good. I just think that Jim Carrey, brilliant as he was, I feel like he wasn't, in a way, he wasn't really... Oh, no. It's like, was he playing the Riddler, or was he kind of playing the Joker? You know, he was kind of... He did a lot of hysterical laughter and giggling. Oh! I like the atmosphere of the Burton films the most, but no, wait, I don't need to go down here. I would still prefer to watch Batman and Robin over Dark Knight Rises. I don't think I've even seen all of the Dark Knight films. I don't even know which ones are which. I've seen the first one. I've not actually, I shouldn't really admit to this, but I've not actually seen whichever one it was that had Heath Ledger's Joker in it. I've seen loads of clips of it, because obviously, you know, scenes from that film get shared online all the time, because, you know, it was a really good performance. Oh, it saved me. But I've not actually seen the full film. Dark Knight Rises was the third, it was not good. I didn't really like Batman Begins. Was that the first of those ones? I don't know. I get them all mixed up. There's been about 3 Batmen since I last properly followed Batman movies. Oh no, God. I believe Tommy Lee Jones's quote to Jim Carrey was, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery." He really didn't like him when they worked together on Batman Forever. That's a shame to hear, but I'm not gonna lie, I've always got bad vibes from Tommy Lee Jones. To me, that all that tells me is not that Jim Carrey was overdoing the maniacal laughter of the Riddler and turning him into the Joker, which, he sort of was doing, and he probably shouldn't have done. That just tells me, really, that Tommy Lee Jones is probably as miserable as he comes across. I think I've seen a clip of him in one of those awkward interviews where, someone who's... They're not being, like, a really bad, irritating journalist. There are some bad journalists out there who they sit down with, or not even bad journalists, because at least they're actually trying to do journalism in the sense of, I thought I might be able to bounce on that. For example, there's asking repeatedly Quentin Tarantino about movie violence. To the point that he gets pissed off and says, "I'm shutting your butt down." Now, there's an argument to say, well, you're doing your job as a journalist by pressing for an answer, but equally, you're not grilling a politician. You're talking to Quentin Tarantino, who, incidentally, is also someone who I really, really would not like to meet. Save me again. He seems really irritating and kind of full of himself. I really do not like... I mean, I've not met the guy in person, so how would I know? But I don't like what I've seen of Quentin Tarantino. However, that's one kind of journalism. But, there are bad interviews where the interviewer is, like, asking, like, actually awkward questions that they shouldn't be asking, and like pressing for an answer when they should really just drop it. That's bad. But the guy who was talking to Tommy Lee Jones, or woman, I can't remember who it was, they weren't even like being that kind of a bad interviewer. They were just asking a question that, alright, it was probably something silly like, oh, if you could meet one of your characters, who would you like to meet? Or, it's kind of like, not the most insightful, it's kind of like filler journalism where you kind of get the impression that they don't really know what to ask the guy and whatever. But, with respect, Tommy Lee Jones, it is your job. If you were at a press junket for your film, whatever the film is, it's your job to sit there and listen to that kind of inane line of questioning and try and give at least something of an answer. And he doesn't. He gets really pissed off and says that I don't want to say what he says because I can't remember, and it wouldn't be fair to misquote him, but he just gets annoyed with this person who I think asks, an inoffensive but, slightly tedious question. And like, screw you. Be professional, Just deal with the fact that sometimes you're going to get asked stuff that... Oh. The Last Jedi is good at what he... Oh, no, Tommy Lee Jones. TLJ. I'm so Star Wars coded in my head that was... I thought you were going to start talking about interviews where people have asked Rian Johnson certain stuff. Tommy Lee Jones is good at what he does, which is be a grumpy old man. I mean, yeah, he's a good actor. I like a lot of his characters, but... I don't know. He just seems like... Yeah. He seems like a grumpy old man, which, sometimes can be endearing. For example, my father-in-law is a grumpy old man, by his own admission, and I actively enjoy spending time with him and listening to him being grumpy and grumbling about the world. But some grumpy old men are, I don't really get it. I'm like, no, that's not the kind of grumpy old man you should be being. You should be able to look at yourself and say, but that's just me. I'm a grumpy old man. And I feel like Tommy Lee Jones, at least in this specific interview, maybe he could have been having a bad day. It's one interview, but also apparently he had to go at Jim Carrey for his buffoonery, which again I admit was probably not necessarily the best way to play the character. Although on the other hand, you're not telling me that Tommy Lee Jones cared that much about how accurately Jim Carrey was portraying comic book rogue the Riddler versus the Joker. I don't know. Maybe I'm the grumpy old man. I thought the last... Oh, we are talking about The Last Jedi now. Oh god, people are arguing about the quality of The Last Jedi in the chat now. I shouldn't have mentioned it. The Last Jedi is not good, full stop. The Last Jedi is also good at what he does. Yeah, indeed. Hey, I'm one of the people who didn't enjoy... I'll tell you what I didn't enjoy about The Last Jedi. I didn't enjoy what Rian Johnson did. I'm questioning myself now. Is it Johnson or Johnston? It's Johnson. It's Rian Johnson. I didn't like Rian Johnson doing 2 subversions of expectations, like big ones, in one film. It kind of felt like he just thought that, hey, as long as I subvert expectations and do something unexpected and kind of a little bit groundbreaking and a little bit, ooh, didn't think that was going to happen, then that, by definition, is good writing, and it's good story, and it's cool, and people will like it. I think he should have either killed Snoke without really revealing who he was or what was going on, or he should have made Rey's parents nobody. But to do both, when really the only 2 major questions going into that film, or 3 I suppose, if you include the fact that we already knew that Luke was in isolation, self-imposed exile. The questions were, why is Luke hiding away? Who on earth is this Snoke? And who were Rey's parents? Now, I'm not saying that Rey's parents should have been anyone special. I think there's something, there's an interesting point to be made that, like, you don't have to come from an interesting lineage, and so on. Neither do I think that Snoke should have been somebody in particular. I'm not saying that, it should have been a Palpatine clone body, or it should have been, God, people were speculating about everything, weren't they? They were saying it was Mace Windu, or God knows who. But to just kill him in the second film of a trilogy, when he was clearly supposed to be the big bad, it forced the third film to be bad. There was almost nowhere they could go, because the big villain had been killed without an explanation as to who he was, so they then required a new villain, and alright, it could have been Kylo Ren, but what? Doing what? Just, I don't know, just being the new Supreme Leader and trying to take down the rebellion. Alright. Could have worked, but I think they kind of felt like it's the end of a 9-part saga. We need to do something big here. And then also Rey's parents are nobody. I think kind of if you go into that film with questions and you come out with answers to those questions, and those answers are, you shouldn't care. I'm not against let the past die, kill it if you have to an extent. I think that, yes, those films should have been able to stand on their own feet without everything being tied back to the original trilogy. So I just say trilogy. But equally, I think you have to just admit that the success of this sequel trilogy is coming off the back of the success of two other trilogies that came before it that people love and care about. And there's a reason why they asked Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford to come back. Because, hang on, have I gone all the way back to the start of the level? No. Yes? Oh my god, I think I have. I have. How did this happen? I'm hurt by your words, Peter. If Abrams didn't have a plan for Snoke when he introduced him, he didn't. Then he never mattered. I'll die on that hill. That's not really my point, though. I'm not saying that Snoke should have been anybody. Snoke could have just been some new supervillain who'd been hiding in the shadows through the first two trilogies, or through the original trilogy, which I think was implied that he had been alive at that time. If he'd just been some new being from the unknown regions or whatever, that's fine. He didn't have to be anyone. Abrams didn't even need to necessarily have a plan there and then as to who he was going to turn out to be. He was just Snoke. That's fine. My issue is killing him. Number one, in the second out of 3 movies, when he was quite clearly meant to be the new big bad for the trilogy. Like, why are you killing the villain off in the second film? That makes no sense. And then also, why are you killing him without exploring him as a character? Nobody knew who he was, or it just left us with more questions, I think. But in a really unsatisfying way. I don't know. I'll probably die on that hill, I think. That, he just didn't handle Snoke properly. It was for the sake of subversion. That's what I think. That's what annoys me the most. I've got to do all this again now. I really feel like Rian Johnson thought that as long as I just do stuff that people won't expect, it is by definition good writing. Oh, there's the A. Can I just jump down here? Yeah, I can. I'm not for 1 minute saying J.J. Abrams is a better writer or a better director or was better suited to the job than Rian Johnson was. The real issue, was not with any one individual director or writer. It was simply that, maybe it was with Kathleen Kennedy or with Lucasfilm as a whole. Whoever's idea, or wherever the buck stopped with saying, what we're going to do is we're going to have a trilogy that we have not written the main story beats for ahead of time. We're going to give the first one to J.J. Abrams. What they should have either done is left it with J.J. Abrams all the way through, and I'm not saying it would have definitely come out good with Abrams at the helm, because apparently he can't end things properly. I don't know enough about Abrams to know whether he can end things properly. But, stick with the same guy, or girl, obviously, we're just talking about J.J. Abrams, all the way through, if there's no plan from the beginning, because at least with their own creative vision, they can come up with that plan consistently on the fly from one film to the next. Or if you are going to have different people contributing to a film trilogy, for goodness sake, have an overarching story set up ahead of time, or at least give J.J. Abrams or whoever, anyone, not necessarily J.J. Abrams, but give the writer of the first film some creative control over the second, even if Rian Johnson's coming in, because the second and third sequel films feel like they hate the one that came before it. Rian Johnson looked at The Force Awakens and basically said no, and then J.J. Abrams looked at The Last Jedi and said no. It's like they're fighting with each other, but their method of warfare is making an entire blockbuster movie. Sorry, I think it was best described. I'm not actually sure who said it. I don't think it was Red Letter Media. I've done it again. Someone said that the sequel trilogy hates itself, which it does. Oh, weird. Well, it's 10 past the hour now, so and I'm screwing up this first bit of platforming, and I've just sort of kind of inadvertently, I mean, you got me, it's been a long time actually since you've got me talking about Star Wars and going off on a rant, which that was me probably retreading all the old, ooh, interesting, it's gone all squishy, retreading all the old ground that I've tread before, complaining about particularly The Last Jedi, but also Rise of Skywalker was not good, and actually Force Awakens had a lot wrong with it as well. And you guys have all put your own thoughts in the chat. I saw some of them as I went. I agree with some of you. I don't agree with all of you. Some of you don't agree with me. Some of you agree with me. That's fine. Skeleton Crew is great though. Coolly Wooly. I agree. It is really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. It could probably be set not in the Star Wars universe. It could just be a space pirate series and still be just as good. But who cares? I don't care one way or the other. I think it's always nice to have it tied back to a universe that I care about, and I think that's why I'm enjoying Star Wars Outlaws so much. If it was exactly the same game, but just set in a different sci-fi or science fantasy universe, I probably wouldn't be playing as much of the game as I am. So sometimes things are just carried on the merit of their franchise rather than the actual quality and details of the product, or a combination of both. You know, like you can enjoy what someone has written and created more when it's sort of been covered in a nice little veneer of here's that thing that you like and here's a good story. So I'm enjoying that a lot, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Actually, because of Christmas, I ended up watching the last 2 episodes back to back, and that was a really nice little session, sitting down watching a lot of Star Wars all in one go, and I thought it was really good. Anyway, here I go. I'm on another rant now about how Skeleton Crew is quite good, and it's a pleasant surprise to have a decent Star Wars show for once, because it's been a bit hit and miss recently. That's unfair, actually. I think most of them have been pretty good. I personally wasn't a big fan of The Acolyte, but not because there was women in it. Huh? I know that's an unpopular opinion, to not like it, but not because of the cast in it. Is that allowed? Can I not like that, but not for like bigoted reasons? I don't know. No, I wasn't a fan. But it's nice to have Skeleton Crew, and I can't wait for Andor and whatever their next animated show is, because they're the best. I'm telling you. Bad Batch was great, and I missed the Clone Wars and Rebels. Stop getting me talking about Star Wars. I need to go and have my dinner. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you live, of course, on Thursday for the joint stream, Blazer. And in the meantime, I might see you in a video or something on YouTube, if there's any of mine going out this week, which I don't think there are, but I'll see you when I see you, I guess. Cool. Enjoy the rest of your Mondays, everyone, and thanks for dropping by and being part of the stream. Maybe more Jersey Devil next week, maybe not. It was getting a bit tough there, and we'll see. We'll see what I'm in the mood for. But I enjoyed it today, and did not realise it was going to be kind of in the same family as Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, so that was a pleasant surprise. But there you go. Right. All because someone abbreviated Tommy Lee Jones as TLJ. Yeah, here we are. Because we were talking about Batman, because Batman fan Drew arrived. The twists and turns, the butterfly effect. Batman fan Drew walks in, and we end the stream with probably 10 to 15 minutes of me moaning about Star Wars. Cool. Ben tomorrow, ? Says Death89. If he's well, which I think he is, then Ben will be streaming tomorrow. He's had what sounds like a heavy cold or possibly the flu. I just know that he had a really bad fever at one point, so maybe he's had the flu that some people have had, that I had some time ago. But I believe he's now fit and well, and he'll be streaming tomorrow. But don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think so. Glad that my OBS held up as the stream went on. No idea what was wrong with it to begin with, but hey, we made it. If you're watching the VOD and you're still watching right now and you didn't close the tab towards the end, then apologies for any just holes in the VOD. That's a shame, but nothing I can do about it. Shrug. Cool. I'm going to go now. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.